obtuse, right? This is acute and this is the right angle. So these are all the angles here. The right angle will be 90 degrees. Okay, so if you see a sign like this, it will be 90 degrees. All right. Obtuse means it's more than 90 degrees. So 90 degrees, 90 degrees or more. So it could be 120 degrees or 150 degrees. It could be anything, right? And acute is when you have smaller than 90 degrees. So anything that is smaller, it could be 85, 80, 89, or 60 degrees, 50 degrees, doesn't matter as long as it's less than 90 degrees. So if you're measuring any angle and they ask you to find the angles here, you'll just have to know that the horizontal line like this is 180 degrees. Okay, so this is 180. So let's say this is 30. So what is the other angle? Can you guys answer? What is this angle here? It just take a little bit of time for me to get the messages, but I'm gonna wait a little bit to see if anyone can tell me what is the angle here. What is the x? If the whole thing is 180 and this angle here is 30, what should be this angle? Just gonna wait if anyone knows. 150, very good. Lena, you got this. So 150 degrees. So this is basically all this measuring angle that they're asking, right? Very good, guys. 150. Good. So every time when you have a question like this, total is 180. It could be any number. So it could be like, okay, this is I don't know, it could be 165. What is this angle? What is the angle Y? You guys are going to do the same thing. 180 minus 165 is equal to 15. So this is equal to 15 degrees. Yes? Good. So this is the measuring angles. All right, let's go to perimeter and area of a triangle. So before going into perimeter or area, I want to go over the triangles. There are different types of triangles. There is the right triangle, just like this one is a right triangle. This one will be 90 degrees, and this is called right triangle because it has a right angle there. So this is 90 degrees. So there is another one that kind of looks like this, and they have the same measurement. So they have the same sides, okay? All the sides are the same. This is called equilateral. Equilateral triangle has 60 degrees each. Right? It does make sense because if the whole triangle, one thing I forgot to tell is that the total angle of a triangle is 180, just like here. So total angle is 80, and I know that all these three angles are the same, so I'm going to divide by 3. It's 60. So all these angles will have 60 degrees. Yes? I think, let's say I go here and I say this is 30. So what's this answer? I'm going to wait so anyone can answer me. So what is this angle? Does anyone know? Maybe Lena, you can try it. And I'm just going to wait a little bit until someone answer. It does take time a little bit for me to get the messages here. But can anyone answer? What is the x here? Just gonna wait a little bit. Next, I'm gonna go to perimeter and area, and then I can go to circles. Can anyone answer this? If total is 180, and then the top angle is 30, then the right angle on the bottom should have an angle. Anyone? I'm just gonna wait a little bit more. I feel like my video is just lagging sometimes. Okay, and also today I'm gonna go over trapezoid because a lot of people have been asking me trapezoid. Where is the measure of the whole triangle? The whole triangle is 180. The whole thing, the total is 180. So if the whole thing is 180, what should be this angle right here? And I did tell you guys that this right angle is always 90, right? So if this is 90, then what should be this angle right here? Anyone can answer this? While you guys go over that, I will check the messages. So for people who don't know, you guys are welcome to join my Discord where you guys can just ask me question over there and I answer to every single message. Okay, I answer to all of that, and if there's topics that I need more time to go over, I always let you guys know on when I'm going live so I can go over the topics. So today Lena asked me, she has a test tomorrow and she needs to know this geometry questions. So I'm going over here. 60. Okay, yes, that's correct. You got this. All right. So 60, that's correct. How did you get this? Probably you got this is 90 degrees. So you got 90 plus 30, which is equal to 120. And you just need to do 180, which is total minus 120, which is 60. Yes? Very good. Okay, so now that we know that the total angle is 180, right? And also we know that the right angle is 90 degrees and the equilateral is 60. Let's learn one more. What if only two sides are the same? Okay, if two sides are the same, that means these angles are the same. Yep. All right, so if I have like, let's say 30 degrees on the top, I'm gonna go 180 minus 30, it's gonna be 150. So 150 I'm gonna divide by 2, which is gonna be 75. So these two angles will have the same angle, 75. Okay, so now that you guys know these triangles, let's go with the perimeter in the area. So usually they're gonna give you a right triangle to find the area or the perimeter. So perimeter, as you guys know, is you just have to add all the sides, right? So if you have 4, 3, and 5, let's all add this all. So 5 plus 4 is 9, 9 plus 3 is 12. So the perimeter is 12. What is the area? To find the area, you have to do base times height divided by 2. This is the formula, okay? Just know this. The reason why it's because this is a half of a square. That's why you have divided by 2. Because for a square, you do base times height. It's divided by 2 because it's half of it. Good? So base, okay, base is 3, is the bottom. 3, and then the height, 4 divided by 2, 12 divided by 2, 6. So the area of a triangle is 6. Okay, you guys have to do the same thing for all the triangles. So if you have on the test a triangle that has a base and a height, all you need to do is just plug it in, base times height, and divide by 2. Okay, what about a square? If you have a square and you have 4 times 4 and 6, the area will be 4 times 6, which is 24. But if you have a triangle, which is half of it, then I'm just going to divide by 2, which is 12, because a triangle is a half of a square. Good? All right, someone asked me about trapezoid. So same thing. Oh my God, it's been a long time I haven't done trapezoid. So I have 2 ways to do it. Number 1, use the formula. The formula is small base plus big base over 2. I don't know why I still remember this formula. I learned this like in in like my middle school, and for some reason I never forget this. I don't know why. But thank you. Thank you for telling about my beautiful hands. So base plus small base plus big base times height. This is the height. Don't forget, this is not the height, okay? This is not the height. Oh, the height is from here to here. Divide by 2. Okay, so you can you can find the formula. You can use the formula to find out the area of a trapezoid, or you can separate them into 2 triangles and 1 square, and then you can add them all. So you're gonna have 1 triangle, 2 triangles, and 1 square. So you can divide into pieces, right? Okay. Yes, I think a lot of the geometry questions are on trapezoid. If you have triangle square, I don't see the reason why they wouldn't put a trapezoid in it. Unless your teacher never talked about trapezoid during the classes, then yeah, no, don't worry about it for the test. But not for this test, but at one point it will come. So it's always good to know. So since other people asked me about the trapezoid, I'm going to be going over this right now. So let's say I have small base 4, big base is 8, and the height is going to be 3. So using the formula, I'm going to just plug it in. So small base is 4 plus the big base, 8, and then times 3 divided by 2, which is 12 times 3 over 2. So it's going to be 18. So now I'm going to try with the pieces. I'm going to separate this into pieces. So I have first triangle. The first triangle, I have to know this base here. I only know the small base and the big base. But here, I know that 8 minus 4 is 4. So if the rest of this part, if this part here is 4 and the total is 8, I have to do 8 minus 4, which is 4, and divided by 2. So this base is 2. So the first triangle is 2 times 3 divided by 2, because base times height divided by 2, the height is 3. So it's 3. And then the square is just 8 times 3, which is 24. And then the third triangle, which is the same thing, so it's 3. So the total of this, wait a second, there's something wrong here. 2 times 3, 6, 3, 3, and then, oh, this is 4. Sorry about that. 4 times 3 is 12. Okay, what was a mistake I made here? I got the 8. I got the whole base. It is a very common mistake, as you can see clearly. You have to get the small base here, which is only 4. Okay, 4 times 3. So this is 12. Okay, not the 8. 8 is the total base. So if you add 12 plus 3 is 18. So you see that I got the same answer. You can use just whichever it's easier for you. You can use a formula or you can use the piecewise. Okay, so this was trapezoid. This is a question where a lot of people ask me. And if you guys don't know right now, whoever just joined us, I have a Discord channel. So the link is on my bio. You guys can join us there. The whole reason is to really help each other. So there's different sections in there. There are for ASVAB, there are middle school, high school. If you guys are in the middle school, you can just go on the middle school and type. There's gonna be chats and everything, so join us, and I always answer to every question you guys ask me there. And if you guys have if you guys have like any questions that require me to really show and explain like this one, I'm always going to be announcing the next time I'm going live on TikTok or on YouTube, so we can be more connected. Next thing, circles. So circle has the radius and you have a diameter. Can you do some adding and subtracting fraction with different denominator, please? Yes, I can. If I have time today, I will go over that in the end of, after I finish the circles. So, hang in there. Bear with me. And radius here is from the center to any, what's the difference between radius and diameter? So, yes, Valerie, I got your message. I'm gonna go over the denominators later. But, so the difference between radius and diameter is that in a circle, from center to here, it's radius. But yet the diameter is from here to this whole thing. So this whole thing is a diameter. So it's gonna be the double of the radius. So the diameter is gonna be 2 times the radius. So let's say the radius is 4. If the radius is 4, the diameter is gonna be 8 because it's from here to here. So half of it is 4, but the whole total is gonna be 8. Does that make sense? So if the whole diameter, sometimes they're gonna be just telling you the diameter. So let's say I'm gonna get a diameter of 12, and they're gonna ask you to find the circumference. Circumference of a circle is 2 pi r, and the area of a circle is pi r squared. They're very similar, to be careful, they are very different. Circumference is the whole thing like this. This is the whole thing. This is the circumference. The area is the whole area of a circle. Okay. So to find the circumference, you're gonna go 2 times what is pi? Pi is 3.14. So 3.14 times the radius. They're giving you the diameter, so I have to find the radius. Sometimes the radius is given. But here, because the diameter is 12, the radius will have to be 6 because it's half of it. So I'm going to put 6 here. And you just do the math. 2 times 3. I'm just going to go with a 3, okay? So what is 2 times 3? Sometimes the teacher lets you just leave the pi there. So it will be 12 pi. But if not, you have to do 12 times 3.14. And you guys do all the multiplication, okay? I'll let you guys do that. And then area is the same thing. Pi, what is the radius? 6. 6 squared. 36 pi. If she wants you to find the final answer, you're going to do 36 times 3.14 and then find the answer. Good? Okay, so if you know this, if you know the radius, diameter, and these two formula, you will be able to do any question about finding the circumference or the area of the circle. All right. Any questions on this? Okay, so we it was like 15 or 10 minutes and we literally went over everything, which is like more than half of what you have. And one thing is really important, you guys. Even though I explained the whole thing here, it's really important for you to do practice. You guys have to do practice. It's very different when you understand when someone is teaching as when you're actually solving problems, okay? It looks easy when you just watch it, but if you don't practice, you might get stuck during the test. So do a lot of practice. And one thing I always tell in every video is like, don't be afraid to ask questions. Okay, sometimes teachers get mad at you or yell at you when you ask questions. Which is really wrong thing to do, but still don't be afraid to ask questions. And this is why one of the reasons why I created the Discord is to really encourage you guys to ask questions there, and I'm always answering. Obviously, there's not a lot of topic that I can just answer in couple sentences. In that case, I'm always doing lives to go over the topic. So for you guys who don't know, join my Discord. The link is in my bio. And the whole reason is to really ask question. Your question is everyone's question. So don't, like, a lot of people private message me, which is fine. But I'm pretty sure your question, like, everyone is struggling with the same problem. So don't be afraid to share your struggles. I hope this was really helpful. And just one thing I want to go over is the denominators that someone asked me here. They asked me about the denominators. What's the difference? No, wait. Subtract fraction with different denominators. Okay. This is a good thing. You're very welcome, Lena. I hope you do really well tomorrow in the test. And again, do a lot of practice, okay? So going over this really fast, you have subtraction with different denominator. Okay, so you have to make the same denominator. So I'm gonna make this to be equal to 8. For that, I'm gonna multiply top and bottom by 2 because that's the only way that will make me make this 4 to be equal to 8. So, right? And then once the denominators are the same, then you can go ahead and subtract the numerator, which is the top number. 7 minus 4 is 3 over 8. Did that answer your question? I hope I went slow enough for you to understand. Hi, Roblox, honey. You guys have like really creative nicknames. Oh, thank you. But that came with a lot of practice. Don't think that I was just born smart and I'm still in the learning process. I learn a lot through you guys. So in math, I just practice a lot, and because I practice, I just never forget. But you guys are working hard. I finished college already, but right now I work with students. I have another class today at 9. It's like 8:40 p.m. right now, and I have another class at 9 p.m. So for this reason, I kind of went a little fast today. I hope I didn't go too fast. But yeah, I work with students, I teach, and I always learn so much through you all. So you guys, please join my Discord, and you guys should just really help each other and just ask me a question over there, and I'll be announcing my next live section on my Discord. Okay, so if you guys want to join, the Discord link is on my link in the bio. So you just click there, and then if you guys are middle school or high school, then just like put the right on the chat on that section. Yes, I totally agree with you. Online learning is just overall just hard. It doesn't matter if it's math, if it's English, science. I think just distance learning itself is hard. So you're not the only one, but if you guys are struggling, look for help, ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask questions. So always look for help. If your teacher is not being helpful, just look for tutors. I'm sure your school has tutors too. And you can ask me on my Discord as well. So join me there. And next time I go on live, I will be announcing it there, so you guys can know when I'm going live again. And feel free to write down the topics that you guys want me to cover. A lot of times I go live and I don't know the topic that I want to go over. So I think it's really helpful when you guys just tell me what you guys want, so then I can just do that. Long division. Okay, so long division. I'm gonna do one long division right now. Okay, let's try this. So here, oops. First thing you have to know is 5 is too small for 8. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the 52. So 52 divided by 8, it will be 6. Okay, 6, because 6 times 8 is 48. And that's like the greatest number that I can find that is close to 52. So I'm gonna subtract. If it's gonna be 4, goes for here, 0. Once you have a 4 here, 4 is too small for 6, so I'm gonna drop the 0 here, which is 40. And then once I have 40, I have to divide same thing by 8, which is gonna be 5, right? So 5 times 8 is 40. I'm gonna subtract again, which is 0. Good. So once it's 0, then you're done. There's no remainder. This is the remainder, which is 0. So you don't have any, but the answer is going to be 65. Remember the place value, so you have to put the numbers on top of each digit, going from right to left. Okay? Very good. So guys, I really have to go right now. So thank you so much for joining my live. I am gonna announce on my Discord next time I go live, and you guys can just drop all the topics that you guys need help with, and next live I will make sure to cover that. It's like 30 minutes live, so it's really fast. Maybe I went way too fast, but I hope this was helpful. And of course, Roblox.